there we go. Hello again. Alright. Um, so, I am here, which, in Dragon Barrow, which is not where I was at the end of, my last game, because while I was looking around, in my main save, the one with all the, hours in it, I rediscovered the place with the golden scarab. Totally forgot that this is the tunnel, the cave system that it's at. And it's it if you don't know, it just gives you like it just boosts your experience. Like you equip it. It's a talisman, whatever. And it just gives you more experience. So really useful. Just kind of, you know, generally speaking. I had it equipped like pretty much the whole time my first run, I think. Because I was getting that shmoney. Gathering up that shmoney. Y'all. Okay, so where we want to go is... over there? No. Shoot. Maybe over here? Yes, I was actually pretty close with the... I was super close with the marker, actually. Wow. Okay. I didn't really trust myself. Huh. First of all, am I in danger right now? Feels like I am. I'm mostly just curious about all the dead, like... Whoops, I forgot to turn on the Freecam mod. Hahaha. One sec. Almost just ran off that cliff because I thought I was going to go into a Freecam. Okay. Did I not? There we go. Camera found. Ooh. Remote found, though? Remote control? Alright, let's see. There we go. Okay. So, this is what I wanted to look at. Why are... Like, I wonder if they were killed by the abductor? Or... I don't know. It's interesting that there's just a bunch of dead ones there, though, in my opinion. Alright, beautiful. Okay, so this is the abandoned cave. I'd actually be surprised if this is the only cave called the abandoned cave, but I guess it's possible. I'm gonna use a rune arc just because I haven't really been using them. Oh god. Okay, good. I have the super duper poison talisman equipped, or whatever that's worth. Alright. Not ideal. Not ideal. Okay, now let's try to get through this. Ooh, not good, not good. Alright. Thing's cool. Am I? I guess I wasn't really attacking anything, so it doesn't matter. So there are a lot of abductor virgins here, which is interesting to me, because why? You know, like, um, I mean, it's one thing to be like, yeah, they, you know, they move around. They're gonna be, sometimes there's gonna be some in weird places, but there are a lot here. Did they break down here? Were they stored here? I'd have to think that, like, they deteriorated maybe from, like, the rot. Uh, basically, they lived here, for lack of a better... I don't think they were brought here afterwards. That feels weird. Like, unnecessary. Which I guess... Never really thought about that, because it's like, what is Rykard? So the bosses at the end of this dungeon are it actually might be them right here, so I'll just wait a sec. No, this is not them. I'm pretty sure the bosses at the end of this one are two Clean Rot Knights. Like some of Melania's knights. Jeez. So, and you know, it's filled with all these mushroom guys, which I guess makes sense because it's full of poison, but it just seems like this place has a lot more to do with Melania. Which could speak to an alliance between Melania and Rykard, which I have suspected because there's that whole thing, that one gravestone that talks about... I think it's the Siege of Castle... Oh my god, I'm doing a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, come on. Alright, I'll come to you. Nope. The assault on Volcano Manor. There's like a gravesite that says something about the blasphemous, the squalid, the blasphemous, and the sick, the squalid, and the blasphemous, I think. Which I mean, it could mean a lot of things, but I've always wondered if that is supposed to be a reference to this alliance between three people that could be considered blasphemous, sick, and squalid, which would be... I mean, the sick and the blasphemous are obviously Melania and Rykard, but squalid could refer to, like, Morgott, but I don't know, like, Morgott wouldn't be in an alliance with... Anyway, okay, so I want to equip that, first of all. Okay, and what's our progress with dungeons? Actually, let's go see if we can get that, I want my light roll back. So let's go get the really nice, I don't even know what to call it. The talisman that lets you carry much things. God, I can't even remember what, like, the perk is in... What's up, Rancid Nanners? I was trying to think of whatever the perk would be in Fallout, whatever the, you know, carry more stuff perk is. I don't remember that either. So this is one of the rare instances of... I guess I don't know how rare they are, but they're not super common. these golems have magic infused bows, which not yeah. I feel like says, I mean, it's not. I guess it's not that strange considering strong back. Wait, oh, strong back? That's it, isn't it? I was like, yeah, I guess the golem's back's pretty strong. Yeah, it's something like that, right? Also call the charm in this the Jarsenal charm. Oh, I like that. Uh, ooh. So the other golems in this game. Oh, actually, I have a crystal dart, so I can. He's toast now. The other golems in this game that are affected by the crystal dart are imp dudes, the little gargoyle imps, and the Erd Tree burial. Yes, the Perkin Font is indeed called Strongback. Nice, thank you. I don't know why that didn't sound more familiar then. Whatever, I'm bad with word recall sometimes. I was trying to time that right, but I forgot when they fire. Couldn't this be, Here you go. Now we should go Zoink. Oh, that's interesting. I've never... So they have, like, bubbles around their head. I don't know if I've ever done this. Are you still gonna attack me, though? I mean, I guess that's fair. So yeah, that, those other creatures are in very magical settings. Like, the catacombs are full of a lot of other magic-infused stuff, I mean. And I'm pretty sure the Erd Tree Burial Guardian watchdog things literally use sorcery. So it makes sense for them to have like magic infused stuff. The weird thing though is that their bows also use their arrows have like wind powers in them, which is not used by like many people at all. It's used by like Stormhawks, Zamor. Like, I mean, dragons can fly, but I don't know if I would say that. Forgot. Can I? Yeah, I can talk to this guy. Okay. Wow, I've never noticed like because I've never had the headphones on while I'm playing this game that there's like a low grumble. I always just kind of thought he like shrugged or something. Okay. So far, so good. Whoopsie. Wow. Okay. That's fair. You know what? I just got the Golden Scarab charm anyway. And then I equipped it and went right into a fight that I probably should have equipped myself for. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run around and actually use it for a sec because I'm too excited about it to not to do the Jarsenal charm. That's gonna stick. I like that. Where is Hyetta right now? She's still waiting for that grape somewhere. Um, let's see if she is. She might be here. Also, how many do I need to look? About 10,000 more. Do I have any grapes? Quote unquote. There might be one here, so it's not really a problem. I think she's like around here. If I have actually talked to her. Let me go see what the situation is with Irina. Is she around? Okay, she's dead. It says she's dead. That means Hayata is alive. Because once Hayata dies, it stops saying that she's dead. Interestingly enough. Let's check the Revenger's Shack for Papa. But we have. So, she might be here. If she's not here, she's at Bellum Church. Okay, I guess it is Bellum Church then. Unless I'm just totally... Did I, like, never even talk to her? Surely not, right? Maybe I just... Maybe I've given her the fingerprint grape? Okay, yeah, no, I've been to the Church of Inhibition. I think I gave her the, all the grapes, so... Okay, never mind, I guess that is good. Did we go through... Let's finish Ronnie's questline. I was right about to finish that anyway. Oh, that's right down here. Also, yeah, let's check out the plateau, the plateau a bit more. Even though the particle effects make my computer angry. Okay, actually, yeah, that little fall just reminded me what I really want to do after this. I need to go back to Ray Lucaria and get that talisman that reduces fall damage. Or rather, eliminates fall damage. Doesn't save you from dying if you fall from too high, but, you know, if you're in that magical, like, 4-meter zone where you don't die, but you do take damage, then you're okay. You don't take any damage. So yeah, right now I think Ronnie is dead because she used the Finger Slayer blade to kill her finger, her 2 fingers here, which also kind of looks like it has the Rune of Death. Well, not the Rune of Death, the Mark of the Centipede on it. So the Finger Slayer blade is probably or possibly infused with death or imbued with death, whatever you want to say. It says that you need a fate to use the blade, and I think that, you know, she said that she was going to come here to deal a fateful blow to the 2 fingers. And I think right here, we give her... The ring that we give her is her primal glintstone, so that, it's basically a Horcrux. It allows her to come back to life. That's what I think. All right. So now she is, quote unquote, alive. Basically the same thing that we did with Selen, but this is a very special puppet, as Celovis once said. I think it's an eternal puppet, a reusable puppet, basically. Who knows? The way that she was able to just kind of fix herself. Maybe it's just because she's an Empyrean and blah blah magic, but...
So, it was thee who would become my lord.
Or maybe the
Perhaps
puppet
I
is just
needn't have
special
warned
because it
thee.
can house an Empyrean.
I am pleased, however. Thou art a fitting choice. I go now to the night sky. It is there I shall find mine order. I bid thee travel the path of the Lord, and once all is done, we shall see each other once more.
Oops. Alright. Good riddance. What did I get here? Oh yeah, Darkman Greatsword. That's cool. Forgot about that. It is one of my faves, but yeah. Forgot that I got it here at this particular moment. It's interesting that it's down here. Like, I don't know, did she... how does that even happen? Do you just dig a big hole and then bury it? Like, what, how... I don't know. We don't know enough about the Two Fingers in general. Like, can they even move? Because, we've seen depictions of them on, like, the Two Finger Heirloom, where they have, why did I come here? It's not... Oh, I meant to go down there, but, I actually want to go get that talisman I talked about earlier. Right. So let's take this path down here. God, I still need to think about... I think it is super possible that this place was a tree. Like, at some point. I just, you know, other than the glintstone... And I mean the fact that it's kind of like a weird, insanely tall cylinder kind of thing, trunk-shaped object. Oh god, that was terrifying. Holy crap. Okay. Totally lost my train of thought there when I almost died. Oh yeah. Is this a tree? Because we know that glintstone is the amber of the cosmos or whatever, so this place could have just been, I don't know, a huge, maybe a huge meteor fell here? Maybe it was a tree. Strumble, what's up, Kix? Strumbly scene, let's get it, lore family. Yeah, nice, oh god. Glad to have you. That's what I was trying to say before getting abducted by this. Oh god. Wow. I just kind of, keep falling for that, huh? There we go. Alright, now, give me my money. Oh, you don't have the thing I want? Where's the thing? Down here, right? Oh yeah, that's probably it. The funny thing about this is that it kind of looks like he died because he fell from, like, a great height. Which is, it's almost like, I don't know, foreshadowing as to how the talisman doesn't actually save you from lethal falls. like the way he's just kind of like flat on his face there. Still don't get why the abductor virgins have all that prosciutto inside them. You mean the snakes? Ain't got no prosciutto. That prosciutto is snakes. The prosciutto thing kind of threw me. I'm like, what? The door things that open up have like meat pinned to them. Dude, all right, let's go look at some abductors, cause do they? There's got to be some here, right? No, okay. I just saw one in I know where one is over at Caled. Yeah. Misclicked and closed stream. No problem. I'm trying to find the I saw one of the abductors here a minute ago, so I am going to go look at this alleged prosciutto. I think it was over this way. Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping I could make that. I don't know how I got across before. It's fine. Okay, so this time let's drink our potion of no more consequences. So I think it was over this way. That's where I went first. But I think this might be where the abductor is. I don't know, it's over down there. So okay. Need to go around this way. I keep getting all turned around. So anyway, prosciutto. Yeah. Let's go find one of those abductor virgins and check out this prosciutto. Okay, so there should be one like just south of this. Was I wrong? Where's the... Oh, okay, it's down here. Yeah. Alright, so let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of snakes. Like, also, I'll wait for the doors to open. The whole thing is snakes. Alright. Gotta have one hand on the controller here, so that the other hand's ready to pause. There we go. Wow. That's a great shot. But anyway. Oh, I see. Oh. I think I had to make a guess. Looks like skin. And with the way that, like, snakes, you know, I mean, I feel like there's, like, a whole... Meats. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. It's probably just a variety of dried meats. I mean, look at all the steam. It's smoked meat. They're smoking meat. It's dual purpose. They abduct people and they smoke meats. Forget about it. Oh, hi, Pico. Yeah, I would guess that it's skin, or it's, like, somehow, like, I don't know, like, reinforcement on the inside. I don't know. Like, it's weird that the way that it's pinned and the way that it looks, it makes me want to say skin, especially with, like, how, you know, the whole snake thing. Oops. Okay, well, that is a great catch, though. I have never noticed that before. Maybe it's some kind of like, because I think that the purpose of the abductor virgins is to abduct people so that they will be turned into new serpent men. So I think that there might have, it could be something along the same lines as how God's skin works. Uh, it is an abductor virgin, and she's pulling you kind of into her uh, into herself in a way that kind of, oh, hi Pico, jeez, in a way that sort of implies, when we're released, it's, oh, hi, oh, you don't show up on camera much. It's sort of like being released is akin to rebirth, especially with the, oh, hi Pico, you're so sweet. Yeah, probably like snakeskin or something. I think it has something to do, with the process of turning. Why is controller not? Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this? Why? Okay, maybe I need to unplug over here. I really thought that the dog thing was about to just absolutely tear into me. Did Pico step on something? Not to blame Pico, but like, huh? Oh. Okay, actually, that was funny for a couple reasons. Um, the O key on my keyboard turns the UI on and off. So I said O and then I pressed O. I was identifying the problem and making a realization at the same point, at the same time. Anyway, now that that humorous event is over, and that we've identified the meats, I was thinking it could be snakeskin, but it looks nothing like snakeskin, especially considering there's big sheds. You're right. It doesn't. It's hard to say like what in the hell that it could actually be. It's super weird and gross. But yeah, I think that it has something to do with like the process of like rebirth into snake men, serpent men, or something. Not unlike the godskin swaddling cloth sort of situation. Um, could be possible that there's like a bit of, I want to say processing, but who really knows what they the abductors do to non-tarnished, or if they can do something different to non-tarnished. Good. All right, that's pretty much perfect. Lord's Round. It's like sheets of bodily tissue, so I think it's supposed to evoke skin for sure. Yeah, especially with the whole like the reverence of. You already said the snake skin in the Church of Igle, and the one with the god skin noble in it that has like a black flame monk in front of it. Like I think there's a big connection between the god skins and snakes. Not necessarily. I don't know about Rykard, but like I think that she was, that I think that there's a reason that the old hexes of oh, do I have any? I think there's a reason that these old hexes that Rykard modified to make his whatever, they're called the ancient hexes of Gelmir, and they're death hexes. So the mountain used to have some kind of history Gelmer had some history, I think, with death and the Glowmite Queen. And snakes and skins and blah blah blah. Interesting though, considering the vague links between the Glowmite Queen and Gelmer / Rykard. Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible that they didn't really have any connection to each other at all beyond just like maybe she had the snake first. Like she used to kind of be like I've always wondered if this snake could be like a sort of like an envoy beast for some other outer god. Um, let's do. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. So, you know, it's possible that the Glowmite Queen was sort of like to basically had some connection to the serpent that is not unlike what Rykard has, but she could have been, you know, uh, as Marika is to the Elden beast, she could have been to the serpent. Is this where I want to go? So I kind of wanted to come here and get that, kill that one dude, but okay, yeah, let's just, I guess actually, let's go down to the, let's go check out the, what do I, Three Fingers. I know it's a trap, but I don't care. Do I hear other feet? Gross. Alright. Now that that's dealt with, let's go down the well. Zoop. Thought it was going to be a little bit faster. My zoop ended before the actual animation. Is this some loading screen bullshit? Like, why did that take that long? I'm like holding an anchor. I feel like I should have kicked the door down with my pinky toe. Let there be light. Right, but I guess more about the serpent. I've also considered that, like, you know, when it comes to other things that Gelmer might have been, I've said this on some streams before, but I think it's possible that, you know, we know that they're the assassins of Ravenmount. I think that they were assassins from a place called Ravenmount, or a place referred to as Ravenmount, and I think that that was Gelmer. I think that Mount Gelmer maybe used to also be known as Ravenmount, or something like that, because, oh god. I also think that it's possible that the assassins of Ravenmount might have been the formless serpents, but I'm still looking into that. I don't know if the one... I don't remember what, like, the equipment of the one assassin of Ravenmount that we fight is, but it might not... Oh, there are snakes on the... on their gear, that's right. They have like an emblem on their, ties their cape together, and it has like two coiled snakes on it that look a lot like, the formless serpent bow, you know, the assassins. Let's go check out one of my favorite dungeons, actually. that has a lot to do with a lot of stuff actually, which is why I think it's so cool. It's Sage's Cave. There's snakes on the Ravenmount Assassins. Yes, they're like in one location. I will show you once I go and get the armor again. Ask if thought there were any Ravenmount connections. If it were the case, it would definitely lend a lot of credence to it being a place associated with the Glomide Queen, even though they aren't directly connected. Yeah, and well, okay. Also, there are ways to make obsidian or something like that. I think I think that obsidian can also come from like meteorites or whatever, but her whole thing is that she has objects that are inlaid with obsidian, and that is largely a volcanic metal or glass. It's a volcanic glass. Her um the godskin, sorry, the seal that boosts her. Do I have that? Yeah, Godslayer's seal inlaid with obsidian, and I think that the Black Flame monks have. I don't remember if it explicitly says that it's inlaid with obsidian, but their armor does have this black stone over the pupil of the face on their armor. That is normally not. It's normally not there in like the regular monk armor, fire monk armor. Okay, so Lost Ashes of War and Rejuvenating Boluses. There's a lot of like weird hidden stuff here. This is also where, by the way, Garrus is. Garrus is the person that rediscovered the death hexes that Rykard modified into the death hexes. So it's very, very likely that Rykard knew Garrus, or that Garrus worked for Rykard, or something like that. Rykard probably knew about this location. One of the other reasons I say that is because there's a second boss to this cave, and it's a Black Knife assassin, which has even made me wonder if maybe the Ravenmount assassins became the Black Knife assassins. Because, you know, they were originally emulating the Deathbirds, but maybe they became Black Knives to represent, you know, Deathbirds used to represent death. Maybe they became the Black Knives because they represent a new death in the Golden Order. That's kind of been my logic to that. Is there another? These walls are looking mighty suspicious. Some of these walls aren't walls. Oh god. Okay. Just need to make sure that he actually dies. Why? Why? Cool. Okay, the rest of you guys are toast now. Hopefully. Am I actually going to be able to follow through on this? Okay. Jeez. Death Reborn. Yeah, a lot. Like, I think I've forgotten about a lot of that, though. That's really interesting. Yeah, I think it's possible that the knowledge that Rykard gained from Garrus and these death hexes could have even been part of what allowed Ron. You know, we know that he helped her somehow in the Night of Black Knives because she rewarded him with the Blasphemous Claw, or shards that he used to make the Blasphemous Claw. I think that the knowledge that he gained here about death is could have had something to do with the creation of the Black Knives. Raptor Talons. Yeah, these are the weapons of the Ravenmount Assassins. Wielded by the assassins of Ravenmount, this weapon allows them to imitate the attacks of deathbirds. So yeah, all of the Ravenmount assassin stuff is that we can find in the game is in this cave. Alright, let's do some jumps. Alright, this is it. Raptor's black feathers. Skeletal mask. Okay, let's throw down a glowstone. And... there you go. Some snakes kind of curled up around what looks like an eye or something on this medallion. That's kind of it's kind of warped. Is the way I'm holding my. Okay, that's better. Yeah, there you go. So almost. I mean, it's almost definitely snakes, right? I mean, it looks like snakes. That's what I think. Anyway, whoops, forgot about the UI thing again. That's really cool. What the? Yeah, no, for real, it is. I was stoked when I found that, because it's also so tiny. The long tongue for sure. Yeah. And then here is Necromancer Garrus, Edgelord of all Edgelords. Did you just use Ross's summons on me? Or Tibia's summons, I guess. Whoopsie. Sorry to kill your pet snail. I'm just now realizing this suffering might have something to do with the death hexes. I need to look at his weapons description, but I've been thinking that Rykard inflicts suffering on his... on the Albinaurics for a reason that goes beyond just, like, you know... I think it is for a practical reason. As strange as that might sound, I think that he discovered some sort of connection... Okay, still counts, apparently. There are winged snake statues in Gelmir, too. Yeah, and, you know, I'm pretty sure it's, like, the Serpent of Gelmir is, like, what some people call it, and the Serpent has existed for a very, very long time. And also something that's kind of cool is, at the beginning of the game, when we're seeing, like, all the portraits or whatever of the different... you know, like when we see Rykard being eaten by the snake, for instance, if you look in the top left corner of that photo, there are 3 eggs, 1 hatched, 2 unhatched. So there are 2 unhatched immortal serpent eggs out there. Just sort of chilling. Just sort of floating around, which is part of probably the whole, like, you know, immortal thing. It's very possible that, like, if it dies, it just hatches again from another one of those eggs. Oh, the winged statue. Oh, because you were talking about, like, the... Oh, right, because ravens, of course. I'm so dumb. And yeah, that probably means that there's a connection with the Deathbirds here, too, because... the Deathbirds use Ghost Flame, and Ghost Flame is part of the one of the death hexes. Like uses Ghost Flame. That's annoying. So yeah, I think it's very possible that Gelmir was like where the the, what do they call it? Do I have Death's Poker? Their kiln. Yeah, their kilns. It's very possible that their kilns were, in Gelmer. Don't know, though. I will say that I have considered also that it's more of like a visual or thematic connection. The Rykard. Burning of the Minor Erd Tree. Oh my god. Whoops. Alright. Rykard's burning of the Minor Erd Tree is obviously a much smaller scale version of the end of the game. Alright. Where the burning of the Erd Tree is like a symbol for the return of death to the world. Okay, maybe a little loose though. I do think that it could be. I think that he did it more as like a way of saying like because from what Tanith says, basically Rykard initially, from what a lot of people say about Rykard, when he started out, he was actually like a pretty great guy. He was like actually pretty worthy of being a lord. He had really noble intentions. And Tanith seems to say that like the reason that he went down this whole path in the first place is because when the Shattering started, the amount of grace that they were given by the Greater Will was like very much, he felt that it was, the way things were being done was intended to just pit them all against each other. And instead of fighting this war and playing their game, he was going to oppose them and do things for himself, which is blasphemy. But he wanted to oppose the gods for the good of his people and everything. But then the snake corrupted all that and made it basically just the same as everybody else. Oh, greedy, greedy, greedy. I'm trying to figure out where I missed. It's like another secret passage. I think that was it. Yeah, okay. So this is where, like, Garrus, this room. Then there's a second boss. So I don't know if I said this, but I think that he burned the Erd Tree, the Minor Erd Tree, just as sort of a way of saying, like, screw you, I am opposed to this entire, like, to the Golden Order and to what you're doing. You are manipulating us into fighting each other. Yeah, and then Black Knife Assassin, which, why would that be in Sage's Cave? Where the Death Hexes were rediscovered. Unless the Death Hexes had something to do with... where's the splashes? Where are... What the... Okay, so you're jumping around. Not cool, my dude. That's interesting that his cloak is... Sorry, her cloak. They're all women. If you really want to add more... Oh, good. Shoot. Okay, so this does conflict with another theory I had, though, which is that the Black Knives are Celian assassins. I think that they are using unseen form or versions of that to basically cloak themselves. And we know that they're said to hunt their own. And if they're Newman, like Marika, then you could absolutely say that. Where the hell are they? There we go. I am just taking... I'm not doing well. There we go. Yes. I guess I'm wondering if it's like another motivating factor for Rykard was the unleashing of the Rune of Death, but all we really have is that he was in on the Night of Black Knives. Oh yeah. I do think that it's hard to say, like, yeah, what he really wanted with the whole, like, Rune of Death thing, because it's like, at that point, yeah, I don't know, because it's like, at some point, he just kind of became so twisted, it's hard to really say what his original goals might have been. Anyway, yeah, one of my favorite dungeons. Super cool. Okay, so now let's go... Should I go down the Road of Iniquity? I'm also putting off fighting Rykard. I don't know why. I just... Oh, I should make sure that I resolve Raya's whole situation before I do that, actually. So it's a good thing I am. Have I really not found any sites of grace farther down this? Okay, wow. Unfortunately, I have to start work. If you have any thoughts worth sharing, DM or put on Discord. Something sounds great, man. Thanks for stopping by. Good to have you as always. Thanks for the stream. Dancing skeleton. Okay. It's blood grease. Is that I thought nothing. Okay. If I start to see signs of Moog, I'm gonna flip out. That's obviously just like some blood grease or whatever, so like that's not enough to go on at all. But I would really love to have some kind of an indication of like what the sovereign alliance that fell apart was. It's mentioned in the monuments to the first siege of Morn, or of Lindell. So, okay, I guess that was... These were all attackers, probably? This is a warning. I'm assuming this was, the forces of Lindell. And by the way, I'm of the opinion that this was the first war of the Shattering, and that it was a response to Godwin's death. Like, I think that Lindell attacked... I think Lindell probably attacked Volcano Manor after after Godwin was assassinated because they, I mean, Reichard was involved somehow, and I think that they knew, or that they at least suspected him. I mean, they were worried about Reichard being, like, targeted by Malekith. So they knew that, like, there would be some kind of, like, he would be affiliated with this some. I mean, I guess they know that Ronnie took it, so maybe, I don't know. They could have just known that he was, like, friends with Ronnie or something. It's hard to say why or how or what. Whatever. Okay. Keep on climbing. Just keep it on climbing. All right, finally up here. Cool. Great. Where does it come from? Isn't this the place where I get attacked by one of those big old gross things? No? Yeah, I guess I'm wrong. Grafted Scion or whatever they're called. Okay, so random coffins that have been opened. I wonder if, I mean, have they been looted, or are these some of the dead that have woken? Oh, that's depressing. Anyway, time to not think about that ever again. Okay, Google, how to repress memories. These guys, by the way, appear to be... Oh, I shouldn't have killed him. Actually, I'm glad that I got that from him. And I can look at these guys. These guys are afflicted with Frenzied Flame. And they appear to be eating their... fellow soldier. At least I'm pretty sure these guys are all afflicted with Frenzied Flame, right? Let me, maybe they're not. I could have sworn they, I know that some of them are. Might not be these. Alright, let's see if I can climb up here fast enough to, avoid consequences for my actions. Okay, anyone else? Oh, that's right, there's a person on the side over there. Oh, cool. Oh. Where are you going? Why are you running? Now let's go check out that view again, because that was dope. Okay, so we've got some of those petrified trees from the consecrated snowfield. It's interesting that they're so visible. Like it's not a secret or anything that there are just these old, giant dead trees. I mean, I guess, you know, I don't know why they would necessarily keep it a secret, but it's like... I feel like it would make people wonder, like, how... Why are there trees up there or whatever? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd love to know what people think about some of this stuff. Like what some of the in-game characters think about some of this stuff. Whoops. Okay. Whoopsie. Okay, all good. Yeah, you get 2 hits and I get 2 hits. You can go with your dagger first, and then I'll go with my anchor. Oh, there it is. It's hiding out up there. You know, sneaky. That's interesting. Just has a wing there? Multicolored wing? I mean, I know that it had like a... has these weird kind of peacock feathers on it. You know, I'm sure it has something to do with like Crucible of Life or something. Whatever, like animal parts kind of growing on this thing, but like... I don't know, maybe he grafted a bird onto himself for some reason? I don't totally get what's going on here. Anyway, let's continue, I guess. Also, do they make any sound? Like, can they talk? Interesting. Was that ancient Erd tree sort incantation stuff? Whoa, whoopsie. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter whether it was ancient Erd tree stuff or not. Like, people can use old Erd tree. Well, I mean, it's interesting, I guess, because, like, feels like Lindell Knights mostly just use, like, 2 fingers incantations, actually. And, like, you know, Dragon Cult incantations. That's weird. Oh, that's gonna be perfect, because I was trying to, like, get a look at whatever the hell this whole feathery situation is. Like, what is the goal? Why? This strip of fabric is also on Godric. I mean, so are those, like, patterns. I mean, I know it's got something to do with Godric. A scion is typically, like, someone that's part of a royal line. God, it just made us scream there. So I don't know if it's, like... Are those royals that have just grafted a bunch of people onto themselves, or Godric? I would love some more information on them. I feel like there is almost nothing in the game about them at all. The dregs of the Golden Lineage sought power and purpose in the past. So I guess they are dregs of the Golden Lineage. See, it's interesting to me that they turn to grafting for strength. And that they are, you know, it's the people that are looking to the past and stuff. Especially considering, like, I makes it seem very, very likely that, oh, the Academy. Why? Oh, probably because Rykard. Lost my train of thought there, but sure, it's fine. These puppets have the same number of arms as Ronnie. I guess there's also that four-armed race of people that worship the Revenants. Oh, that's right, the Grafted Scions. I really think that Godfrey, I really think that Godfrey did some kind of grafting. I mean, at least with Siraj. Like, at the very least, he grafted Siraj onto himself in some weird, crazy, special way, I think. Because it seems like Siraj can kind of, like, fade in and out of existence, too, which is weird. Okay. Are those explosive imps, or do they just have fire? Gotcha. Alright. I think that there's a merchant over here.
Ah, welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way. Welcome, valued customer. Please, I'm hungry.
What is it? Oh, volcano pod, road volcano pod. Confessor armor, sure, why not? Alright. Actually, yeah, let's compare those stats. Confessor armor. Lighter? Heavier? Where the hell? Oh. Heavier. Like double the weight, okay. Jeez. I'm gonna be stuck in these rags forever. I was gonna say, there's no way I jumped down that whole distance. I thought I was just climbing back up. Okay, I think this is where the monument is. Yeah, and it's also where these Frenzy Flame doodads are. Angie. Why, though? Also, how? Also, why? Despair? Like, I'm gonna guess it's because they've fallen into despair. But, like... I don't know, it kind of seems like the Frenzy Flame is a disease? Like, I don't think you can just get it from nothing unless it's like a very special case, like unless you're literally the most reviled man in history or something. There we go. The assault on Volcano Manor. The squalid, the sick, the blasphemous, a wretched, unending war with no glory. So yeah, the squalid, the sick, and the blasphemous could just be referring to, like... I mean, I don't know. I feel like it is referring to the people that participated in the battle, or at least some of them. Okay. Eye of Yellow. Whoa. Alright. Okay, that was a little close. Thought he was gonna guard counter me. Like a pleb. Cool. Alright. Let's go check out this demi-human situation. This cave has always kind of confused me because I don't really get how the demi-humans have anything to do with this, with Gelmer. Like, I mean, you know, I'm not saying that they have to have, like, a reason to be here. Like, they're all over the place, but... it just feels strange that they're here. Like, in this... That is the boss. Maybe? Gross. It feels especially weird that there's just like a queen trapped in here with some weird purple eye frenzy kind of, not frenzy because I forgot what's a thing, but some purple eye situation going on. I'm pretty sure she gets like really aggressive too, like really angry, pretty early on in the fight. She starts out with, yeah, so she starts out using the staff. She's like rabid. I mean, she's like trying to bite me. Mainly using bite attacks. Just, does she use any sorcery at all, actually? She's got that staff, but like, okay, she does. Is that it? I'm just gonna use like one glintstone. So it doesn't seem to do, I mean, the other demi-human queens can do kind of a lot, like, in terms of like sorcery. One of them has Crystal Barrage, I think. Let's check out that crown. And every once in a while, she just uses like one glintstone shard or whatever it's called, like dart or arrow. So yeah, this is this was given to the demi-humans by the Carians. So, you know, I don't know, they could be here because Rykard, as a Carian, had some sort of fondness for, now it's really angry, and it throws the staff, roars, Malekith. Sounds like tormented. Alright. Some of those attacks felt really familiar. I want to go fight a rune bear. The way that it jumped at me, with like leading with its mouth, how similar were those animations to like a rune bear? Let's see how much overlap there is. There is like a rune bear with some demi-humans like along this road somewhere. Huh. There's also a bunch of rune bears in this forest where the demi-humans were. Could rune bears be demi-humans? Kinda wanna like a brand new thought I'm having, but I feel like there's could be some kind of a link there. Damn. Still at a medium load even with that. I just want to go look at the markings on the rune bear as well. Because it looked similar to the demi-human queen's markings. But very vaguely. I forgot to kind of look at how the chest looked. There might not even be any more demi-human queens in the game to check. Wiki wiki. Alright, now do one of your crazy lunges. That was not the move I was talking about. But... Okay, so far it just kind of seems like normal rune bear stuff. Just kind of slash them. Not a whole lot of biting going on. Forgot that they can do that. Go. Finally try to bite. Mainly slashes. Oh, not like bear bug. Okay, so pretty different. Alright. Let's go check out that rune bear that's hanging out with those dudes. Hermit Village? What the hell was that? I just saw Hermit... Oh. Hermit Village. Okay. Yeah. this is not where I wanted to go. I'll go here and then work backwards. I think I missed Site of Grace somewhere. Oh, well here's a demi-human queen. So what spells can she use? Is that little wimpy one? Okay. Already, like, using Crystal Barrage or something like that. Yeah, so... might just be those two. But even then, I mean, it's still twice as many spells as the other one was casting. Yeah. They all have names that start with M. Which feels familiar. Okay, so we are approaching... don't want to deal with that guy. Okay, yeah, there's a Site of Grace here. Did I get this one? Oh, I have. Weird. Why? Oh, this is not where I thought it was at all. This also might... I think there's one before this. Let's find out. Because this is the village. Yeah. Stone. Very interesting. Gravelstone. That's where the bear was. Oh, I don't know what to do with that information, but it is relevant. They have ancient dragon eyes, and they seem to... There was something else that I don't remember. Roiling Magma. That I totally didn't realize there's just a sorcery sitting here. Okay, and I think that's super relevant because I am pretty sure that this is low-key a representation of what Riker did to make the volcano explode. Riker invented this, and so I think that all of this kind of flat rock is it's a great example here. I think that that was kind of put up by someone who had earth incantation abilities, I don't know, to contain the lava, which is what this kind of flowy stuff that isn't like flat and blocky. You can see that there's like lava that was kind of flowing around it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I mean, that's even... kind of seems like that's how the place was, like, maybe it built in the first place, too. Like, there are a lot of these weird kind of blocky type of rocks in certain places that are just super intentional, apparently. Like, they look really intentional. They're like supporting structures, or they are like blocking off things that you would really expect the Golden Order to want blocked off. Like, I'm pretty sure they're completely surrounding the fire giants, like arena, the area where you fight them. It's just like he's been blocked in by those like stones. Have I beaten this wormy man? I have not. Yeah, well, that's fine. I also think that the fact that they become that I mean, I guess I don't know what it says about trolls becoming magma worms. But I think the fact that people become magma worms makes sense because they seem to have some kind of like the beastmen, the first beastmen that gained intelligence, are mentioned in a stone incantation. It's one of the bestial incantations, and it says that their first tools were stone. So it seems like there's some sort of innate connection uh, that beasts have to stone. Are they fighting each other? Whoa. Alright. Now that's settled. Is he full health? Okay. I wasn't sure if he came back like full health or half or what. Alright, let's try this again. Also, do I don't know, maybe I should go fight Morgoth so I can get that 4th talisman pouch. That's how I get it, right? Don't I get it from Morgoth? Oh, I'm not doing much damage because I'm doing fire damage. Yeah, this is not a good idea. Should probably leave. This doesn't go. Oh, okay. Well, maybe this back while I quote unquote work. Well, glad to have you again. Right now I'm just actually I'm probably about to stop this fight because I'm not doing any damage because I'm still doing fire damage. Well, magma worm. They literally live in lava. Probably just feels like I'm splashing him with tap water. There are jellyfish over there. I think there's an item. Cool. Stone sword key. All right. Strange. Jellyfish will all. I mean, they are so confusing to me. Best thing I've got, best guess I've got is that it has something to do with the fact that jellyfish don't have brains. Like they are like one of the things that I feel like they are specifically known for is like not having brains. So it could have something to do with like being sort of mindless in death, which would line up kind of with needing guidance, the dead needing guidance, which is stated by like a bunch of different things in the game. Let's go beat Morgoth. Because I feel like the game, I mean, once you beat Morgoth, the game basically opens up to you can go wherever now. Like you still have to do some work to get to like the consecrated snowfield, but there's nothing there aren't any fights or prerequisites that need to be completed to... I wonder if it's like the ocean is space or something, like in Bloodborne. I think that that could very much... something like that. Because, like, well, I think specifically I think in Bloodborne it said something like... It's like deep ocean, I think, is like space. Which I think it kind of goes with the whole, like, as above, so below, or as whatever. Maybe I did it backwards. But yeah, like the idea being if you go down far enough, it's the same as going up far enough, is what I like. Don't the jellyfish fly up in the sky at the end of the quest? Those two jellyfish do, yes. And they like speak too, which is weird. One of them was like waiting for the other one. Oh, that's right. I get through here by walking on his things, which means I need to get past those dudes. All right. Just considering all the connection to death and aquatic life. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially since, you know, like the tibia mariners seem to be like, you know, this guiding force of death. And obviously, you know, baby on a boat, like ferryman of death, kind of like Greek mythology and stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bummer. Oh, what's up, Eli Young? Wow, rating. Cool. I guess, I think kind of the strongest evidence. Hey, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Oh god. Got stuck. Okay. Now I'm just gonna totally... I'm like, cool, people are watching. Time to just totally flub this fight. Okay, so... I think the strongest evidence of, like, a connection between death and, like, yeah, like, aquatic stuff. And that's just... I want to say that there's, like... There's other stuff, too. That... Well, mostly when... I don't know, it's... The connections between, like... space and death are not as obvious in this game, but I do think that there's still a pretty strong connection just because of... Well, I mean, there's a handful of reasons. Wish my brain could think of some right now. But I've had this whole thought about like how tibia mariners were maybe originally supposed to bring you through the roots of the great tree up into like the heavens to kind of continue like a cycle. How's the stream, man? Stream is going great. I haven't been... Nothing is dunking on me too hard. Yeah, I haven't had anything crazy go on. Nothing crazy bad. Oh, also, let's just look at this gargoyle real quick, because this is something I like pointing out. They have these, like... can I get... They have, like, two faces here. They're sharing... an eye, but it's like two faces that are melded together, kind of like in the game before. I'm on my first playthrough. Yes, I have like put way too much time into this game. This playthrough is like a fresh run, but I think that my other save is like on new game like 7 or 8. All right, that's fine. Forgot these dudes are kind of crazy. Sick, gonna be lurking, going to make some food. Cool, cool. All right. So let's go see Gold Mask actually, because I have done enough of his quest that I think I should be able to. I'm over here. Nope. Now I'm over here. All right. I think we're good. Okay. I think Gold Mask is here? I always kind of... It's really hard to find him at first. No, he's higher up. No horse. No horse allowed. So I was just kind of thinking, like, it's weird that I was wondering if the roots looked like they had grown through, like, parts of the building as if, or parts of certain structures as if maybe we could predict, okay, this was built before the tree was big enough to do blah blah blah. Alright, let's do one of these. Heal up a little. Whoops. Heal up a little. Awesome. I want to say that there was something interesting about... so you're doing a bit of a lore investigation alongside your run? Yeah, that's usually what I like to do. And I have this Freecam mod, so I can kind of, take a closer look at stuff, too. For instance, like... I mean, I think all their gear basically outright says that they have, like, snake... like, they're dressed in snakes because it's... People liked to see effigies of the snake being beaten or whatever in the Colosseum. But something that's really interesting, and I don't remember if this has something to do with like a mistranslation from like Japanese to English or what, but also, English writers were involved, so it's hard to say whether that even matters. But it said that the snake was a traitor to the Erd Tree, which, to be a traitor, you have to have at one point been on the same side. So it's really interesting to kind of think of the fact that maybe the serpent was not always the enemy of the Erd Tree. It is not my first playthrough. This is like maybe playthrough 8 or 9 or something. I honestly lost track. I have, I think, like over 1,000 hours in the game, so...
I must be the one to record them. What matters this issue of...
I was wondering about weighing in on lore. Oh, yeah, you can basically say, whatever.
Part of the Golden Order lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp.
Well, when you got qualms, you got qualms.
Oh, was that you? Sorry, I hardly noticed. I'm a little shaken since the Master ceased his movements.
That's all I was missing, I think.
The Master's reflections had heightened.
Eli's still on his first playthrough, trying to be spoilerless. Gotcha. How far is he? Just out of curiosity, so I don't maybe say something
until he simply ceased. Now
too
the Master
much.
is facing quite the puzzle. The Golden Order is founded on the principle that Marika is the one true God. However, The name of Marika's second husband, King Consort Radigan, also appeared. Who exactly was Radigan?
Who indeed?
The Master is stumped. His
We're
finger
all
has remained
stumped.
still ever since Radigan's name was discovered. Curse my mediocre mind. The Master only has me. And here I fail him. Who exact? The Master is... His finger has but oh, how important could it really be?
Just passed into Mountaintop's second
Part
area.
of the
Fire
Golden
Giant is
Order
done.
lies
Not
before our
interacted with the
very
kiln.
eyes.
Near the Haley
Why
tree.
must these
Gotcha.
qualms
Rest
come to you
consecrated
now?
snowfield.
We were on the
Did just
very
find out that
cusp.
Radagon equals America in this quest. Okay, good, good, good. I'm gonna hold off on giving him those. Okay, let's see, do I want to... Oh, I'd have to fight Godfrey if I move forward. I guess I could. Let's go for the round table hold first. The real round table hold. Also, sorry to not say hi to everybody. First of all, hi, Zeph is. Welcome to the chat. Hi, THL Prophet, and hello, Chris Crisco. Here on Eli Raid, just late as usual. No problem. Glad to have you. What were you thinking about the serpents again? Oh, right. So it's the Gladiator Coliseum gear calls them traitors to the Erd Tree, which, you know, implies that they were at one point. You know, you can't betray someone unless you were on the same side at some point. And I really don't want to say for certain because, like, it is super hard to actually tell what's going on with this on the front of this like shield. But I want to fall over the edge here. This big, like one of the Erd Tree Great Shields or something. It has this like kind of image on the front. It's used by the Tree Sentinels, and it looks like there could be a guy with like a snake wrapped around his arm, talking to someone else. But like, it is so small, and like the resolution is so off. It's really, I mean, I feel like it's kind of an opinion to say it looks like anything. Other than two people kind of just like gesturing to each other, you know, like they do in portraits. Like this, they're never just holding their hands straight. They're always doing something dynamic. Because the artist wants to show off, oh, I can do hands well. We get it. Okay, so let's keep... Anything else around here that is... Let's use our lights. It would make sense seeing as Rykard is blaspheming against the Golden Order and Greater Will while also sharing a body with the God-devouring serpent. So I also think that it's very possible that the serpent has a long history from, because actually the gladiators were from like early in the like in Godfrey's time, so I don't even think Rykard would have been around at that point. And you know, it is like an immortal serpent, and I have reason to believe that the Glomide Queen has some connections to Mount Gelmir, especially because, you know, the snakes having something to do with skin, and like the god skins. One of them's in Temple Iglay, like right in front of this big snake skin. So I think that she could have had something to do with like the snakes, or with the serpent. Watched any of the Tarnished Archaeologist videos? I think I've seen one or two. They were pretty good. I liked them. Okay. These people are really interesting also, because I didn't notice this for a while, but this guy has the God-Slain Greatsword. He has the Glomide Queen's sword. Vargrim the Raging Wolf does. So that doesn't feel like some random little decision that, you know, oh, what should we give Vargrim for this fight? Let's just give him the Glomide Queen's weapon. Feels significant. Very interesting also that, like, one of the first members of the Round Table Hold would have that. Awesome. The Gladiator's serpentine appearance, I think, is more to evoke a long past age rather than gladiators themselves had affiliation with the serpent. Yeah, I think that the actual description says something like they have serpents on their stuff because the audience likes to see effigies of the serpent being like beaten. So I don't think there's an actual affiliation between them, but like what I am saying is that that means that the serpent was active, was around at some point in the early Erdtree era, which would have been before Rykard was born, because I mean probably would have been way before Rykard was eaten or hadn't maybe like probably even used the snake. While the helmet is visible, enemies are much more hostile. Wait, really? I did not know that. Vargrim has association with wolves, and yeah, Glomide Queen has association with wolves in my headcanon for reasons. Me and Zeph discuss lore constantly in private while watching Eli. A certain statue in a certain place might be evocative of Glomide Queen. Does it actually does anything on the helmet's like descriptions say that? Or is that just sort of like a I believe you, I can't believe I never knew that. And I mean, I guess it would make sense, you know, given people kind of generally hate the snake. I always thought it was super weird. Pretty much all of the Lindell Knights, you know, the people that guard the Erdtree, that are dedicated to the Erdtree and the Golden Order. So you'd think that they would use some Erdtree or Golden Order incantations, right? Nah. Nope, none. They use, as far as I know, they use like Two Finger and Dragon Cult incantations. Which is, I mean, it makes sense, but it's like, I don't know. It seems weird. It almost makes me wonder if, like, there's a difference between, like maybe the Two Fingers doesn't care about the Erdtree as much as we are led to believe. Especially with this whole weird situation going on where they have, like, these assassins that go out and, like... Glad Helmet is a similar effect to the Shibriri Talisman. Huh. That is good to know. Thought Crucible Knights were the Primordial Tree incantations. So those are like, yeah, like ancient Erdtree incantations, but also, like, I mean, there's just the there's some of these incantations, just like, well, not cure poison, but oh, these are all Two Fingers. Like Wrath of Gold or Golden Vow or anything. Like, I would expect them to use, like, Golden Vow. Maybe they do and I just haven't noticed. Oh, and these guys. So, the unmodified gear, I think, says something like they made a pact with, like, minor Erdtrees a long time ago, so that they could, instead of dying, gain renewed life. And then these guys, if you get any of their gear, it says that the flower seems to be indicating that their pact is breaking down. And it says, I wonder, it says something along the lines of perhaps they were part tree all along. So I'm almost wondering if, like, they graft a tiny piece of, like, an Erdtree into themselves, or if they something like that. It seems like they are infusing a plant into their bodies or becoming. I mean, they're obviously becoming a plant somehow. Split Erd Tree, Golden Order, and Two Fingers. They might all be at odds while also working together. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like, you know, cults within like a larger organization that are all sort of. They could all be, you know, trying to be in control of whoever is the next Elden Lord, for instance. Oh, okay, wow. How am I not getting hit with some of these? Whoa. Whoa, wow. Yes, okay. Got a little worried there. Ugh. Oh, that's where I get the talisman pouch from. Thank God. I was like, do I have to kill Morgott for that? Okay. In the rotten duelist helm worn by gladiators who were driven from the Colosseum, the wearer becomes a slightly easier target for foes. Okay, wow. I totally forgot that. Cool. Or I guess I always missed that. The rotten duel. Oh, I don't think the greater will itself particularly cares if the power of the Elden Ring is expressed through the Erd Tree or something else. Uh, yeah, and that's. It's also hard to tell, like, how much the greater will is actually even influencing things. Like, who actually guides Grace? Like, who actually, like, you know, is the one taking, like, the Grace and pointing these, like, paths for us? Because some people say the Two Fingers. I think most people in the game say it's the Two Fingers, but, like, also a lot of people, like, are in the game say that the Two Fingers would never want you to burn the Erd Tree. Yet the path points us to the flame. So, I mean, and also something that I've noticed, you know, they give you these incantations, like, pretty much at the very beginning of the game. So that it's like, and it says, the very first people that they point out as people that you're going to have to, like, fight because, like, of the path that's been set before you are the monks. Fire monks. They very much expected you to have to fight fire monks from the beginning. So I'm actually kind of, I don't know. So maybe it is the Two Fingers that are guiding you, but they don't seem to be as against the Erd Tree being burned as maybe we are, like, as we are told. All right. Yeah, but it's hard to say. It's hard to really say, like, what the Greater Will actually wants, or, like, because we only hear about, like, what the Greater Will wants through the Two Fingers, and we only hear about what the Two Fingers are saying through the Two Fingers or through the Finger Readers. So it's like this weird game of telephone where honestly anyone in along the line could be lying. Like, the Two Fingers could be playing their own game. The Finger Readers could say whatever the hell they want, and who would know? So I don't know what to think of any of this stuff sometimes. Okay, let's level up a bit. Do I need more health? Let's do more muscles. More power. Erd Tree kind of seems like a parasite, like a giant mushroom colony. It does, kind of. I think that it has something to do with, like, because, you know, when there's no death, like, even from, like, literally just, like, a, you know, just, like, a straight biological standpoint or whatever, at some point, the soil's gonna die. Like, if you don't have stuff dying, so it might not even be that it's a parasite. It might just be that, like, if things only ever live, then there's just no way for new life to kind of... I mean, it is a parasite in a way, because it does seem to kind of be absorbing life from stuff to kind of keep itself going. But, I've described the situation as, like, I think that there's, like, leaks in the loop, where, like, some of the life force is sort of exiting the system slowly. Since it spreads out across the land with tiny Erd trees sprouting up everywhere. Oh, that's true, too. The Erd tree is literally grafted onto the Great Tree roots after all. Yeah. Oh, and that's something that... there is this image right above the... I don't even know if it'll actually... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's take a closer look. Zoom. So, okay, we have the Elden Ring, right? With a tree growing out of it. And what's on top of that? Another tree. I have always kind of seen this as potentially... Oh, wait, blah, 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 blah. Enya doesn't seem to be particularly invested in the will of the two fingers in the end anyway. She's like, oh, well, they're silent. Go burn the tree if you must. Yeah, she's like, they're not here, so I guess do go off. But so this could be the great tree that originally grew from the Elden Ring, and then that could kind of be a depiction of the Erd tree being grafted onto it. I've always thought it was strange that Godfrey's signature weapon is an axe, the thing specifically used to cut down trees. And I've thought it's always possible that this could be, like, this part that's not glowing could have been the original great tree, and everything that is glowing is like the Erd tree that was sort of grafted onto it. This is an actual cut. If you look up, like, grafting techniques, this is like an actual kind of cut that they make to graft things together sometimes. So, also, those things you were just walking on in the Erd tree sanctuary aren't roots or branches, but vines. Oh. Golden Order opposes those who dwell in death, by extension death. It seems like death is supposed to be a natural occurrence. Everyone revives through the power of the Erd tree. One thing I considered recently, if it's the case that the Erd tree / Elden Beast feeds somehow on the dead, could the removal of the Rune of Death be considered a way to somehow, like, starve the Elden Beast or something? Kind of, yeah. I think that is... I think that... Well, I think that the addition of the Rune of Death could be starving it. I think that if things didn't truly die and things were able to kind of stay in this... I think that the idea was that things were kind of supposed to, like, go to the Elden Beast, leave the Elden Beast as new life, and then go back in, like, an eternal cycle. But I think that it's possible that the addition of the Rune of Death means that stuff is dying in a way that's kind of leaving the system. But again, this is all just... I really have no idea. That, there's so... I don't know. One thing I considered recently, if it's the case that the Erd tree / Elden Beast feeds somehow on the dead, could the removal... all the stuff growing around these buildings has the characteristics of vines, which is connected to Radagon's crisscross, yeah. Oh, something else really interesting. This pattern here, kind of like strange little pattern, can be found somewhere else. It is, like, also used as railings. Oh, that's right, of course. God, I hope I didn't just, like, teleport to, like, an area that doesn't have anything like that. Wow, of course I did. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sure if I just keep running, I'll find some. Oh my god. Maybe... should have gone to Nokron instead of Noxtella. I'll try that. But yeah, those exact same sort of Everyone seems to be hollowed out husks. Oh, Tarnished Archaeologist has done an episode on the connection to the architecture in the capital. Gotcha. Alright, so you already know what I'm talking about anyway. Everyone seems to be hollowed out husks, kind of like the hollowing of previous games. The constant resurrection could be slowly taking something from them over time. Yes, especially since, yes, that is what happens with the juvenile scholars. That is exactly what happens. Every time they seem to be losing part of themselves. I think something almost outright says that. Like their memories are fading to nothingness or something like that every time they're reborn. Lower city of the capital beneath the dragon has some characteristic architecture. It is 8:06, so I hate to dip out, but just so you guys know, I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6 to 8. So anytime you guys want to stop by, I would love to have you and talk more lore. This has been awesome. I'm so glad to have all you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.